Welcome back to the greenhouse, everyone. On this very frigidly cold day, we're sitting -1 outside and we have a -10 to 12 wind chill. So it's wickedly cold outside, sitting 78 degrees in the greenhouse right now. Just got our wood stove going. My son made himself some popcorn. We've got a bunch of projects going on and cool stuff to share. I wanted to talk about the greenhouse stove itself. It's very important, especially in these really cold times. When we've got negative temperatures out there, all those temperatures are seeping in any way possible. And when you burn a stove, the natural cycle of combustion requires fresh oxygen. And it's gonna take that fresh oxygen from any source possible, especially in a greenhouse. So if that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing. We're going to give a rundown on our cold air intake for our stove here. So let's jump right into this. I wanna go through and show everything we've got going on right now. So we've been sifting a ton of this soil out right here where it's pretty well excavated, and this is what is left over. And you can see I saw pieces right here, so this is not good. Everywhere that the sandbags are basically exposed to the sun, I mean, all of those, they're not getting ripped up because we're not touching them and not brushing up against them, obviously, but they are super weak. So getting all of this tainted soil and reusing it for these bricks that are going to be fired, that's going to clean out the soil and alleviate a headache of polluted soil as we go through. All of those pieces will just be burnt up as carbonaceous matter and turned into a brick. So we've got our wood ash, sand, soil, and we've got our warmed up water from the stove, a little grinding area. We've made this brick. So you see this large arrowhead of my son's and this handle. Now we're making foundry pieces so we can pour these out of either copper or aluminum. And I just dusted the whole area with our wood ash here. And I'm probably going to dust a little bit. We've got a ton of wood ash. Just dust a little bit on top of these bricks just to soak up any moisture. All of that will remain dust, and then we will go fire harden this, and we'll have our own DIY mold, like these little graphite molds. So hopefully we can get some good success and share some videos on that in the future here. So we've got ourselves a decently warm fire burning here. We've got some pine needle tea we're brewing up there. My son's melting some pine rosin to make some items here, and he just made himself some popcorn off the stove. This stove is super useful. We've got our brick molds, if you were wondering what's going on over there. Those are our brick molds in wood ash water. It makes it nice and soapy, so we get a quick release from the bricks, as we're going to make a few more of those today. Back to the stove though, there's hundreds of uses to heat with this wood stove and expand upon the heat that we're producing. But having a good combustion cycle right through the ground, we're flowing cold air right to the bottom, and it flows right up and creates a very hot fire. We can close our damper down here. The damper is a little bit high up here, so we'll close this damper down. Always wear gloves when I'm doing that because it gets super hot. We're getting more bang for our buck out of this whole system, and we're not creating a lot of negative impacts on the greenhouse. So I want to get these incense. We're going to light a bundle of these incense and see how well this actually works. A couple to show exactly how well this thing works. So you can clearly see the smoke flowing straight down directly over the grating. I tried to zoom in and get the best image view of this possible. So when it's out of the line of draw and right back in, son's pine rosin has fully melted. Now he's just soaking it up, making himself a DIY fire starter / torch. I will share, on this rarely sunny day in the middle of winter, on a freezing cold day, that we threw snow in the greenhouse. We're melting it all up and getting some added nitrogen and moisture to the greenhouse. So my son here just created himself a bubble. He was blowing the pine rosin and it was turning to bubbles. It's pretty wild. So as I was stating earlier, fresh air is very important for a decent combustion cycle, for proper combustion. So that fire is going to take fresh air from wherever it can seek it, and it's going to draw it. It's going to draw it through cracks on the other end, cracks underneath, cracks wherever, any holes in the greenhouse. It's going to have a negative draw on the other side for sure, where our doors and windows are. That's why we put this in place a year or two ago, to get the best out of our system, get more bang for our buck, more heat for the fuel that we're using, and not have a negative impact on the other side of the greenhouse. This thing really cranks up the heat. Within 15-20 minutes of this stove being hot, it transfers plenty of heat. All of our little systems that we've got, the solar systems, the Peltier systems, all pushing the heat throughout the greenhouse. And we found that once we started sealing the cracks up on our greenhouse, we were having like a negative pressure. When we would open it, it would breathe for oxygen. So what we wanted to do is give it its own source for a full loop, a closed loop on the combustion cycle. When you create negative pressure on a structure or in a room like that, when you're trying to feed a fire, it really hinders the efficiency of the fire itself, and it's going to create a lot more buildup and less heat production and just poor efficiency out of the system you're running. The purpose of a wood stove is for heat or cooking or doing laundry water, in history. So what we want to do is heat 99% of the time and cook a little bit and make some tea and stuff. But for the most part, we want the most efficiency out of the fuel that we're using and the system itself. So we don't want to be drawing the hot air that we're creating from inside the greenhouse out the chimney. We want to radiate that heat off and leave it inside the greenhouse. And that cold air intake, once we installed it, it made a world of difference. As you can see, it had a high flow rate. It was just cranking right through like a well-oiled machine. Now, probably the most important thing that I didn't even mention is the air quality we breathe. I mean, there's no smoke in here. It's nice and clean. And my son did set up an incense by the geothermal. He wanted to freshen up the greenhouse. So we've got this aluminum ducting running down up underneath. I'm gonna jump outside here. I wanna show how we did this. Got all our recycled metal parts in our DIY foundry here. DIY foundry bucket is frozen to the ground, but you can see that this PVC is open here. I have a little bit of mesh on the inside of this, and it loops up and then goes straight under to the stove. So we've got that fresh air intake. We've not had any problems with rodents. So the only concern really with that fresh air return is not letting anything get in it and clog it up, because then you're gonna have poor air quality, you're gonna have poor combustion, and you'll have to maintenance it. So keeping some type of cover over that is very important. So that's pretty much it for this video. My son's still trying to create a device to blow bubbles with pine rosin. I'm gonna make myself a few more bricks here. You can see how much moisture that sucked up. Super cool stuff. We want to make a bunch of our own foundry bricks. That way we don't have to buy expensive graphite ones. I want to test the longevity and see what we can get done here. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.